Thanks, Tom. 8:36 right now. Weight loss starts between your ears. In other words, you have to be in the right mindset to be successful. This according to our next guest. Please welcome Dr. Alok Trivedi, a human behavior and psychological performance expert, founder of the Aligned Performance Institute, and author of Chasing Success. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. It seems like we all get stuck in a rut sometimes, and something's happening, either between exercise or what we're eating, and we just got to somehow figure out a way to make it all work out. What do you suggest?
Well, there's so many different things people are doing, right? And there's lots of diets and fad diets and things like that. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to you becoming really focused on what it is you want as your outcome. We got to focus with the outcome we're looking for, what we want to create in our weight loss goals and our health goals before we even start anything. The intention of that is the most important thing.
So we picture it, and then how do we do something about it and actually make something happen?
Well, there's several things. First off, what you got to do, in my opinion, is that you got to remove the past failures. So you get rid of the guilt and shame of not achieving it before, because everyone's got the story where we've tried to do it and we just haven't accomplished it.
You lose 5 pounds and you gain 7.
That's exactly it. So you want to remove that. Get rid of that guilt and shame. Start brand new. Make the decision. Don't go back. When you make that decision, say that this is it. Do not turn your head back and say, I'm going forward.
And you have to be ready to fight for it. You've got to work toward that once you set your mind to it.
Yeah, and the fight isn't against anyone else.
Yeah.
The fight is you against that chocolate cake, right?
That's a pretty big fight.
It is. It is. Sometimes I lose. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I lose. But it's about you making that choice and fighting against that decision, that craving that calls you sometimes.
Okay, so we need to also think of it more than just weight loss. So what are you wanting us to picture? Are we just talking about an overall lifestyle change versus an immediate weight loss? Where do we go with our thoughts on this?
See, I don't think it's weight loss. I think really weight loss is a myth. I think it's about getting healthy. Because if you focus on actually being healthy, doing the things that you want to do with your health, the weight is going to fall off automatically, right? Weight loss in itself becomes its own back and forth yo-yo. Getting healthy becomes a lifestyle.
I think we probably all have enablers in our life. That person who's always saying, "Oh, eat more. Oh, it's okay." Or, but you say, make sure you're around the right people. So are those people who are really health-minded and really thinking about living a healthy lifestyle, or who are we supposed to be hanging out with?
I think it helps. I'm not going to lie. I think it helps. That's part of the beauty of being in a gym, is that you just kind of get around those people with the same type of thinking. And it's hard to go to dinner with these people that are ordering salads and you're ordering a burger and fries. You kind of seem like an outcast there. So you're gonna, even that social conformity can be used as a positive thing in that capacity.
And you can also be a good example for everyone else too, right? So you could be the positive one leading the way, perhaps. Maybe they'll follow suit.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now you say whatever you do, don't follow vision boards. What do you mean by that? So
all these gurus are out there talking about vision boards, and I'm totally against it, because you put up these boards and you think that magically you're going to turn into this picture. It just doesn't work that way. The truth is you actually have to work towards it. And every time you look at that vision board that you don't accomplish what you're doing, you internally feel like garbage. So I call it a nightmare board, because every time you look at it, you realize what you're not achieving in your life. So get rid of the vision boards, start focusing what you really want, and it's not going to come from the outside. It's going to come from the inside out.
I see this book here, Chasing Success. When you think about chasing success, what do you talk about in here? Is this sort of an example and a guidebook to help get you on the right foot?
It's really not. It's actually a fable of a second-generation immigrant who's come to America, who's actually trying to find his own path of what success really means for him. Goes through the trials and tribulations, and I think a lot of people can relate to it. And weight loss is just one thing that we're chasing.
Of course it is.
But every goal that we seem to want to chase, it seems like it's a perpetual hamster wheel that we're always on, and this book kind of helps explain what the difference between the hamster wheel is and living in fulfillment. When
we're trying to make those right choices of the chocolate cake you mentioned, or do I go to the gym today, or do I stay home because I'm so busy, what are some of the health problems that happen when you are obese, when you aren't working out? Let's talk about some of those problems that you're concerned about, so maybe that can help kind of jumpstart us as well.
It does. We know fear is a great motivator. We know fear gets people to move. So you got diabetes, you got hypertension, you got obesity, hip replacements, knee replacements, all these different factors we look at as being obese in our society. We know that majority of our health conditions in today are because of that simple fact that we're obese. So if we can remove that, use the fear as a motivator, it could help us get to a different place.
We'll get it done. Dr. Trivedi, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Melissa.
I feel motivated.
There you go. I appreciate it.
I think it worked talking to you. It's 8:41 right now. Ruben Dominguez has a look at what is coming up next.